Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we are together in lesson number 2, part 2, in our advanced program, the articulations and characteristics of the Arabic letters. We start Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim wa bis-salah ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa nahmiduhu subhanahu wa ta'ala wa nashkuruhu alladhi hadana lihada وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله الحمد لله رب العالمين. Now today inshallah we are going to have a look at the articulation areas, the general and the specific. We mentioned them last lesson and today we are going to take them in more details. But first of all, how can we define the letter? The letter, before studying the articulation, we need to know what is the letter. And the letter is a sound which depends on a specific or approximate articulation point. So it's a sound that occurs in a specific or approximate articulation point. And here it's written in Arabic, الحرف هو صوت اعتمد في حدوثه على مخرج محقق أو مقدر. Makhraj means an articulation point or exit point where the letter is pronounced from. محقق is a specific, أو مقدر, which is an approximate articulation point. Let's have a look so that we understand more what we are saying. Remember when we divided the articulation organs into 5 main organs, and the first one was the empty space, which included the mouth empty space and the throat empty space. And it was this empty space, this whole area, the throat empty space and the mouth empty space. And it's called al-jawf. Al-jawf. What are the letters that are pronounced from al-jawf? But before we mention them, we need to know how many specific exits does the empty space have? Remember last time when we said that there is a general exit, and then it could be divided into specific exits. So does this al-jawf, does this area include specific exits? So let's have a look again. This part, this al-jawf, this empty space, is it divided into specific exits or is it considered one whole area? And the answer is, it's a general exit. It's a one whole area filled with air. Letters are emitted and pronounced from that area as a whole. And it's considered as one general exit with no sub-exits, no specific exits. There are 3 letters that exit from al-jawf. 3 letters, the alif, the waw, and the ya. But we have to be very careful. The alif at all times is pronounced from al-jawf. Makhraj al-jawf. What about the waw and the ya? It has a certain condition. The waw, when it's a sukoon and before it a letter with a dhamma, then it's elongated in its pronunciation. We say oo, boo, su. So we elongate the waw, we elongate the dhamma that exists before the waw because of the waw sukoon. And the same here, the ya, it has to be a sukoon with a kasra before it. So we say bi, we have a ba kasra and then a ya sukoon. This is why we are elongating the kasra, because of the existence of the ya sukoon. So these 3 letters are called the elongated letters, huruful mad. in the Arabic language, we only have three elongated letters, the alif at all times, and you will always find the alif with a fatha letter before it, and the waw, which is a sukoon with a dhamma letter before it, and the ya, which is a sukoon with a kasra letter before it. These three letters are pronounced from al-jawf, and it's not pronounced from any specific place. It's pronounced from this whole part. When we say, for example, let us pronounce the alif, we say ba, the alif flows through this area. It does not exit from a specific place. And also if we say boo, this waw, this elongated waw, is pronounced from this whole empty space area. And the same with the letter ya. When we say b, it just runs in this whole empty space. So Makhraj al-Jawf has three letters that exit from it, but it is not divided into any specific articulation points. It's just a general exit, one whole area filled with air. Okay, so can we say that the alif and the waw and the ya exit from this al-jawf? No, we can't say this. We can say the alif, yes, but the waw with the condition that we mentioned, and the ya also with the condition which we mentioned. But we can find a waw, for example, with a fatha on top of it, a ya with a fatha, with a dhamma. Okay, so these are not included. The ones that are included and that exit from this empty space is the alif, which is always a sukoon with a fatha before it, the waw sukoon with a dhamma before it, and the ya sukoon with a kasra before it. Okay, let's move to the second articulation organ, which is the throat, al-halq. We mentioned this diagram before, and we said that the throat is divided into three parts. The furthermost, aqsal halq, and remember when we said the furthermost from what and the closest from what? From the lips. Okay, so the throat as a speech organ, it is divided into three specific exits. Aqsal halq, the furthermost part, wasat al-halq, the middle part of the throat, and adna al-halq, which is the closest part of the throat towards the lips. Let's have a look at the letters that exit from this place. So now we know that Makhraj al-halq, the throat, has three special exits: the furthermost, the middle, and the closest. What are the letters that exit from the throat? We have 6 letters that exit from the throat. The ha and the hamza, they exit from the furthermost part of the throat. We have the ha and the hamza, they exit from here. Let's try to pronounce them. And to pronounce any letter and to be able to know the exit part, the exit point of this letter, we need to use the letter in its sukoon form. And because we cannot pronounce a sukoon letter on its own, what do? We get a supporting letter with a movement. And we mentioned that we can have the hamza fatha, for example. So let's pronounce a ha sukoon. So we say the ha is pronounced from here. What about the hamza? Let's take another letter instead of the hamza fatha. Let's take a mim dhamma and a hamza sukoon. Mu. This is the sound of the Hamza. It's pronounced from here, and the sound of the Hamza is the sound of the closure of the throat. Let's listen again. Mo, and the word is mu'minun, for example. So the Hamza and the Ha are pronounced from the furthermost part. What about the middle part of the throat? We have two letters that exit from the middle part of the throat. These letters are the Ha and the Ain. Let's have a look at the Ha and the Ain. Let's pronounce them when they are sukoon. Let's say Ah, Ah. Okay, so these are pronounced from the middle part of the throat. If I listen to the Ain, Ah. If I pronounce the Ain, Ah, and I could extend the sound of the Ain, this means that the Ain is not pronounced from its proper exit area, which is the middle part of the throat. Ah, Ah. And through our course, we are going to take this in more detail, step by step, until we know them, inshallah, spontaneously. And then we have the Ghain and Kha. Those two letters are pronounced from the closest part of the throat, closest to the lips. Let's pronounce them when they are sukoon. Al, Al, Akh, Akh. Okay? So we have 6 letters that are pronounced from the throat. They are Ha Hamza, Ainun Ha, Ghainun Kha. 6 letters that are pronounced from the throat. How many specific exits are there in the throat? The throat is a general articulation area, but how many specific exits? There are 3 specific exits in the throat. Okay, and these are the 3 specific exits: the furthermost, the middle, and the closest. What about the tongue? We did see this drawing of the tongue and this showing the parts of the tongue. Okay, now the tongue is also divided into this part, which is the tip of the tongue, the middle part of the tongue, the further or the rear tongue, the furthermost part of the tongue, but it's also having the edge of the tongue, 2 edges, right and left, and also having the head of the tongue, which is this point. Okay, so let's have a look. What are the letters that are pronounced from the tongue as a general articulation area? 18 letters. 18 letters are pronounced from the tongue. So the tongue has 10 special exits. We are going to go through them, inshallah, one by one, with the characteristics of the letters so that we can know exactly how the letters are pronounced. We have 18 letters that exit from the tongue, and these are the letters that are pronounced from the tongue. We say, let's pronounce them. Let's try to pronounce them. We say aq, ek, ay. You see, we took the ya with the empty space, al-jawf, but this is another ya, okay? And we're going to take it into details, inshallah. The dad, al, ad, at, al, at, an, ar, aj, ash, as, al, F, as, ev, S. This is S and this is as. Okay, inshallah, we're taking them into details throughout our course, inshallah. So what we need to know now is that the tongue has 10 special exits. The tongue as an organ has 10 special exits where all those 18 letters are pronounced from. We also have the lips. Remember when we were talking about the lips and we said that we have this outer lip, which is the dry part, and the inner lip, which is the inside wet part, the inner lip. What are the letters that are pronounced from the lips? We have 4 letters pronounced from the lips. So the lips has 2 special exits, outer and inner part. But there are 4 letters that exit from the lips. And let's give it a try. What about the meme? Let's also do the same thing. Pronounce them as sukoon letters. Let's say the two lips collide against each other. What about the ba? Ab. The 2 lips also collide against each other. What is the difference between the meme and the ba if they have and share the same exit, the same articulation point? The characters of these letters. This is what makes the sound different. What about the wow? We say ow, ow. And here it's another wow. Okay, it's not the wow that's elongated. It's not the wow which we mentioned as a sukoon with a dhamma before that exits from the empty space. This is another wow which has a movement, or even if it is sukoon. So sometimes we have a wow with a fatha, wa, we, woo. Okay, so this exit also from the lips. What about the fa? F, the upper 2 teeth against the lower lip, and this is where the fa is pronounced from. Okay, so now we have 4 letters pronounced from the lip. What about the nasal? The nasal is 1 general exit. Let's have a look again here. This is the nasal. The air goes from here, and instead of going through this empty space of the mouth, it goes through this space which is called the nasal, pronouncing a sound which is called ghunna. Ghunna. It's this sound, and this sound that you can hear from the nasal. Okay, so what are the letters that are pronounced from the nasal? The nasal is 1 general exit, only 2 letters exit from the nasal, and it's the meme and the noon. Haven't we mentioned the meme with the lips? Yes, but the meme and the noon have 2 exits. The meme has the lips plus the nasal, and so does the noon. Has the tongue, it's one of the tongue letters, and also the nasal. And here comes the question, which I guess all of you know the answer of it. We have 3 letters that emit from al-jawf, the empty space. We have 6 letters that are pronounced from the throat. We have 18 letters that are pronounced from the tongue, 4 letters from the lips, and 2 letters from the nasal. And the total here is 33 letters. But we have 29 letters in the Arabic alphabet. So how come the total of these letters that emit from all these different articulation areas is 33 letters while we only have 29? After listening to this video, I want you to comment below in the comment section and write down the answer, the reply to this question. How come the total is 33 letters while the Arabic alphabet consists of only 29 letters? I thank you so much for your attendance and your attention. I hope that this lesson was beneficial to you. If you find it so, kindly comment and communicate with me through the comments, through the like, through subscribing, so that you get all the new videos that I am posting. Jazakumullahu khairan. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next recording. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.